Hello and welcome to my third part of my online catalog launch party. So what we're going to look at right now is the Jar of Flowers suite. So that's on page 12 of the catalog, and I'll give you a look at that. The great thing about this new catalog is the pictures are big, so it shows you exactly the size of what you're going to be making. It also gives you an idea of like what you can do with the cards at the top, so there's a lot of great ideas of how you can use the cards. And that's what the stamp set looks like. So other things you can use with the stamp set include, I'm going to show you all of those. So there's a jar punch that goes with it. So that's there. And that is on page, let me find it for you here. It's on page 168. So that's right there. But you can also buy this as a bundle, so you can get the punch with the stamp set. The other thing that goes great with this is on this page is the mason jar shaker domes. So there's you can make shaker cards with it. The other thing that goes really nice with it is these little guys at the top here, and they are called Flowers for Every Season Gems, and they look great with that. So I'll show you some examples made with that. The other thing that goes really pretty with this stamp set is the ribbons, and of course that is right on page 161. So that's the one right here. I'm showing the wrong page. 161. So that's right here. So it's the soft suede ribbon. That's not what it's called. The early espresso, and it's called the fox suede trim. And it looks really pretty with this set also. So I'm going to just show you a few samples. So there's two that I didn't use the shaker domes for. So there's this one here. And this one was one of my favorites. So I used over here these little yellow and orange things are called the Tasteful Label dies. So that's these dies here. So I've used these for a lot of my cards. They're just very small little label framelits that are really easy to use. So that's what I used there, and then I used the just the stamp set for that one and colored it in. And this one's the one that I used the trim for. And the background paper is the In Good Taste Designer Series paper. So that is this paper here. So I thought this paper looked great with you can use it as a tabletop for the wood pieces. You could use it as a backsplash. So it kind of really looks good with these kind of cards where and then this one is where I use that paper to make kind of like a tabletop, and then painted. It kind of looks painted to me. And then I use the jar and the punch, and then the stamp set, and then you can shake it around. I also use the labels for this one. And then there's that one. So I just use that paper. I really love this paper. I'm glad that they came out with it. Just there's so many different types of it in that package, and there's so many different things you can use it for. And then those are the Tasteful Label dies that I use for all of the samples. I'm going to show you the samples one more time. So they're quite pretty, and it's without the punch and without the shaker domes. You can actually make beautiful cards with that stamp set. So if you don't want to use the punch and you don't want to use the shaker domes, you don't like shaker cards, it's actually a gorgeous stamp set. And I think that's all. So I went through all of the jar of flowers, what you can use with that. And so for our scavenger hunt, the two questions are, the first one is number 5 is, what does designer series paper stand for? So that would be DS. What does DSP stand for? And I just gave away the answer. There you go. And the second question is, what 2 shapes do shaker domes come in? And I showed you the page with the shaker domes on it. So hopefully you got a glimpse of those when you were watching that. Thanks for coming to see the jar of flowers part of my presentation. And at 3 o'clock today, I'll be doing the World of Good Designer Series paper. So if you come back at that time, and we will look at that. Thanks for joining me.